Hey, good evening, everybody, and happy Friday. How's everybody doing on this Friday? Hopefully, you're doing well. So, I just wanted to go live and I wanted to talk about some leadership rules. So, tonight, I want to talk to you about 10 leadership rules that I have learned over the years that have made me successful, and I hope that they will. Serve you well and provide value to you so that way you can grow in your leadership journey. All right, so if you are unaware of who I am, my name is Terry Thompson. I am a leadership expert. I am a motivational speaker. I'm a published author, and I wrote a book back in 2013 called Leadership Solved. And basically, within that book, I talk about 10 rules of leadership that every leader should know. Okay, and that's what I want to talk to you tonight about. I want to talk to you about 10 rules that I believe that every leader should follow if you want to be successful. All right, so if you would like to be a successful leader, and I know that you do, you will listen to the things that I have to say and you will extract from these 10 rules and put what you believe will make you successful within your toolkit, and you will use them on your journey to becoming not only a better leader, but a leader that you want to become and a leader that others deserve to follow. Okay. So, just to kind of start this off, I want to say that leadership skills are learned. Okay. They are learned and then they are developed from many resources. All right. So, once again, like I said, I have over 24 years of knowledge and experience as a leader. And during that time, I have served in junior and senior level leadership positions of increased authority and responsibility. And the lessons that I have learned that I want to share with you are invaluable. Okay. They are absolutely invaluable. They are easy to learn and even easier to implement. All right. So, if you're joining me here, please type something in the chat box. That way I know who's here. I'll give you a shout out real quick. All right. So, talking about 10 rules of leadership here tonight. All right. So, these 10 rules are easy to learn and even easier to implement within your daily duties and responsibilities as a leader. All right. So, I've broken these lessons down into 10 simple rules of leadership for you to follow. And here's what they are. So, they are all rules, which means that they are something that you must follow. Okay, now these 10 rules that I'm talking about are the rule of learn, the rule of embrace, the rule of accept, the rule of disseminate, the rule of evaluate, the rule of receive, the rule of show, the rule of hone, the rule of implement, and then the rule of praise. All right. So thank you for joining me here tonight. Once again, leave me a comment within the chat box. That way I know who's here. And because I can't really see who joins me on my live. For some reason, I still can't figure that out. I have no idea who is joining me here within my chat room. Yep, still showing up as blank. So please let me know. Okay. All right. So once again, I hope that you will find a place within your leader's toolbox for the ideas and the concepts that I'm going to share with you tonight. And I wish you all the best. I really do. I really wish you all the best in your endeavor of becoming a better leader. Okay. Janelle's Kitchen, thank you for joining me here tonight. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join me here. Thank you. Okay. So the first rule that we are going to talk about here tonight is the rule of learn. All right. So, it's been said that knowledge is power, and I absolutely disagree with that. I don't really think that knowledge is power. I think that knowledge is potential power, but it's definitely in and of itself not absolute power. Okay, so knowledge is potential power. It's kind of an old quote and an old saying that really needs to be modernized, if you will. Okay, because I think that knowledge is potential power, not just outright power. So learning is the most basic element in life that we do on a daily basis. And it is the primary source for which got us to the point that we are today. All right. From the way that we walk and the way that we talk, to differentiate in between what is right and wrong, guess what? Those things were all influenced by things that we learned. All right, how we conduct our business as leaders is no different. All right, we've developed our leadership styles by learning tactics and techniques that have been proven to work over the years. All right, so the goal here tonight that I'm talking to you about is to develop a new way of thinking. Okay, I want to give you some tips, some tools, and some techniques that will help you develop a new way of thinking, not only for yourself, but so that way you can put that knowledge and information in your toolkit that will basically help build future generations of leaders by establishing a few basic rules to follow that have made me successful. Okay. And if you're joining me here, make sure you smash that like button, please. If you're new to my stream once again, or you're new to my channel, please subscribe and share this out. Let everybody know that you're watching me talk here tonight. Okay. So I fully understand. All right. As leaders, learning new things can definitely be a challenge. All right. And, and sometimes a bit overwhelming. Okay. Would you agree or disagree that learning new things is a challenge sometimes? And this really gets more evident as we get older. Okay. And more set in our ways. All right. Have you ever heard the adage, you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Well, I'm here to tell you that if you apply the basics of what it is that I'm talking about here tonight, these concepts will literally lay the foundation for you to be the best leader that you can be. Okay. And I strongly believe that. I strongly believe that if you follow these 10 simple rules that I'm talking about, you will become a better leader. Okay. And okay, yeah, no worries. Thank you. All right, so there's many resources that are available for us to learn the many concepts, the tactics and techniques needed to be a successful leader. Some of the most valuable resources to learn from are books, peers, seminars, websites, and other recognized leaders inside or outside of your field of expertise. Now, although that these are valuable resources, they are just a few that are available. It is really up to you, the individual, to decide what works best for you in your learning endeavors. Okay, now I fully understand everybody learns differently. Some people can read something and then they're able to pick up on it very quickly. Some people need to read and watch something at the same time. Some people need to read, watch, and hear something at the same time, or they need to see visual graphics, designs, or charts, or whatever the case may be. So once again, my point here in this is that everybody learns differently. So let me ask you here, what type of a learner are you? Are you a visual learner? Do you learn better by listening? Do you learn better by reading? Do you learn better by watching other people do something and then following within their footsteps? All right, so what type of a learner are you? Once you identify the type of learner that you are, the easier it is to be able to learn and develop and grow even bigger and more. All right, so number one, here's the number one thing that that people learn from. Okay, and it's kind of an old school way of learning, but if you look behind me, you'll see that I have a bunch of books up there. That is the number one way in which people learn. That's how I learn. I can read a book in about 4 hours. And, once again, I'm really just looking for the bottom line up front. As I'm reading those books, I'm really just kind of looking for information. I'm looking for big points and big ideas. I'm not reading everything word for word. Okay, so books are a valuable source of information, and they cover the full spectrum of everything from basic techniques to more advanced methodology of leadership. So here's what I recommend. I recommend that you check out your local library, your bookstore, or any online website and search for leadership books in the business or self-help sections, okay? So there's definitely many good books out there covering leadership from many different perspectives. Okay, I'm reading many books, a lot of books. If you see behind me, a lot of those books are really, they're really some books that I'm reading at the moment. So joining us here tonight is Soli. Soli, thank you for joining me here tonight. So I'm talking about 10 rules of leadership that I believe that every leader should follow if you want to become a better leader. All right. So if you haven't smashed that like button or that thumbs up, please, smash that like button. Give me a like. If you're new to my channel, which I believe you are, once again, subscribe to stay updated to the content that I'm posting. And that's all that I ask for. I just ask for, a little subscription, a little thumbs up, a little bit of engagement. I give and give and give back. And that's all that I ask for. Once again, Soli, thank you for joining me here tonight. Okay, if you're coming into the into my live stream here, please let me know because I can't see who's all in here. So please let me know that you're watching me, and then I'll give you a quick shout out. So also joining us here tonight is Janelle's Kitchen and Junito Vlog. Thank you for joining. All right. How's everybody doing tonight, by the way? You doing well? I know it's a Friday, and I know everybody could be doing a lot better things, but you're spending your Friday here with me, and I greatly appreciate that. Also coming into my live stream here tonight is 101 Food Travel. Thank you for joining me here tonight. All right. How's everybody doing? Is everybody doing well tonight? All right. Let me know how you're doing. All right. So moving right along, another thing in which you can learn from is your peers. You will actually be surprised at what your peers have to offer in the form of leadership. It's up to you to really kind of pick the brains of those that are around you and really find out what it is that they know. Okay. 101 Food Travel. Glad to know that everything's going well. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. All right. Yeah, everything's going well here tonight. Just wanted to get on here and, offer some value and raise my watch time up and everything. So, you got to put in that work, put in that grind and everything. You guys know exactly what that's like here. All right, so once you've established what it is that your peers have to offer, then ensure that you retain what you feel is necessary to add to your toolbox of knowledge and resources. Okay, there's lots of information that's floating around out there on websites, blogs, videos, your friends and this, that, and the other. But it's really, at the end of the day, it's really up to you to decide what it is that you put within your toolkit so that you can use later if or as needed. Okay, and the relationships that you establish with your peers can be it can be a leadership multiplier, and it can allow for future engagement with them, resulting in continued leader development with that group or individual. Having great peers around you, it's like iron sharpening iron. Okay. When you have not necessarily like-minded people, because I really don't like the whole concept of groupthink, because when you hang around like-minded people, sometimes things tend to get just a little bit stale within groups of like-minded people, and then you get this whole groupthink thing going on. And, it's been said that if you hang around, 10 average people, 5 average people, you will become the 6th. So the idea is that you really want to make sure that you are not only surrounding yourself by people that are like-minded, but people that are a little bit smarter and a little bit more elevated in thinking and action taking than you are, so that a way they can bring you up to their level as well too. I always want to make sure that I'm following somebody that's just a little smarter than me, and that's all that it takes sometimes. Just someone that's just a little smarter, has a little bit more knowledge, a little bit more experience, a little bit more, whatever the case. And then you just extract that from them. And the best way to do that is really just ask questions, not only by watching what it is that they do, but by asking questions as well too. Okay. A lot of times you'd really be surprised that asking the right question can lead to different results or a better outcome. Okay, I'm definitely not hesitant to ask questions from those that I respect and appreciate. All right. Yeah, absolutely. So 101 Food Travel, you are who you hang around. Yeah, you absolutely said that right. That is absolutely correct. So you are who you hang around. If you hang around people that are motivated and they are inspired, they take action, they get things done, and they have goals, they have aspirations, they have those things that they want to achieve, and they want to succeed and excel, they're going to bring you with them. Okay. And then, or if you get around those people that complain about things, they're always watching the news and social media and complaining about how this is and how that is and how bad the weather is, how bad the economy is, that can be draining. it can absolutely physically and mentally drain you to the point to where it can affect not only your mindset, but it can affect your health as well too. Okay, you really have to be careful who you hang around with. And that goes back to that saying: if you hang around with two people, I know the saying is five, but if you hang around one person that's very negative, you may find yourself being number two that is negative. If you find yourself hanging around number one person or number two or three people that complain, or they're constantly griping or whatever, you may find yourself that next person complaining or griping. Okay, and I don't like to hang around negative people neither. Okay, I'm not necessarily saying that I like to hang around people that are just positive and full of energy and bouncing across the room all day long. Okay, because you got to have that balance. Okay, you really got to have that balance. And the thing is that if I really want to sharpen my toolkit, I will make sure that I go and rub elbows with someone who's just a little bit smarter than me. And usually I'm very methodical in what it is that I'm trying to get, though. If I'm trying to learn something, I'm very picky and very choosy with who I ask. Okay, so peers, you really have to be very selective in the peers that you choose. So that way you're not really choosing the right peers. And the hardest thing is sometimes is to let those people go. It really is, especially if they're coworkers and you have to be around them or you're always around them. It's really hard. It really is challenging. There's some people that and family for that matter as well too. There's some people that I can really only be around and I can put up with them in small doses. Have you ever heard that? I can put up with this person, but only in small doses. Okay. And there's some people that are like that. There's some people that I'm around that, I don't mind being around them sometimes, depending on what we're talking about, but I can really only put up with them in small doses. Okay. And at the opposite end of that spectrum, there's really peers that I have broken down into groups. Okay, so there's peers that I can only talk about certain things with. All right, and I can't talk to them about things. I'll give you an example. My wife, for example, I cannot talk to my wife about business. Can't talk to her about online endeavors and this, that, and the other. She doesn't have any interest in it. So when I talk to her, I really don't talk to her about those types of things. Yeah, she'll say, "Oh, that's cool," or "Oh, that's a great," or "That's okay," but I can't really talk to her. All right, so can't really do that. All right, so Muscleman 8562, I want to welcome you to my room. However, that's a spam comment, and I am going to have to remove that comment. Okay, I do apologize for that, but I really don't want anything like that within my live stream. Thank you for subscribing, by the way, but I hope that you'll understand that I actually do have to remove that comment. Okay. So please connect with everybody that's here, visit their channels. And if you do like them, please do subscribe. I will definitely make sure that I get back to you and have a look at your channel once I'm done here. Muscleman 8562, I'll have a look at your channel and and we'll see what happens. Okay. If it's something I'm interested in, I will definitely subscribe back. I don't mind doing that. Okay, so Ang Prabhanzanya, thank you for joining me here tonight. How's everything going tonight? Everything going well your way? All right, so once again, peers, in the form of peers, I'm very selective with who it is that I do hang around and who I follow. And, some people just have to go sometimes. Sometimes you absolutely just have to do that. You have to let them go. All right, so moving right along, another great way in which you can learn and grow and develop knowledge and skills to become a better leader is by going to seminars. All right, so seminars are a great way of getting good information from highly motivated speakers that cover specific goal-oriented ideas and concepts. Attend a seminar from your favorite speaker or author, okay, by visiting their website and check out their schedule of upcoming events. Okay, now I've actually had the privilege of going to a lot of different seminars, and I've seen some great people speak. I've seen some great people on stage. I've seen Les Brown. I've seen Gloria Banks. I mean, I could go on down the line of some really great people. And I got a couple people that I really want to go see that I haven't seen yet. Anik Singhal, if you're familiar with who Anik Singhal is, I've actually been to his events. I've actually been on stage and got to speak at an Anik Singhal event, and that was absolutely amazing. So he shared a stage with me. I got to come up on stage with Onyx Singala, and I got to speak at one of his events, and that was absolutely awesome. I loved it. It gave me an opportunity to network with a lot of people once I was done. So once the event was over, a lot of people wanted to come up and talk to me, and I gave them a few minutes of my time and handed out some business cards, and was able to network with some good people, doing things the right way here. And I was able to connect with them after the event, and I was actually able to help a few of those people out after the event with services, products and services that I actually do within some of my businesses. All right, so seminars, it's a great way to connect with some people and this, that, and the other. All right, another great tool is websites. Okay, websites. The information and the knowledge gap has definitely been closed with the growth of the World Wide Web. So the World Wide Web the internet has grown quite a bit over the years. Basically, this global tool has created a multitude of possibilities and platforms to get information to the masses in many different formats, from audio to video to simple websites and even ebooks. Okay, and I've done this. I've built lots of websites. I have books. I've got audio books. I'm putting together videos. So I'm doing a lot of different things because of the technology that's out there. And you know what? The technology that's out there just continues to expand and gets better all the time. Okay, I remember 20 years ago when, technology really wasn't all that great. At the beginning stages of the internet, it was really just a lot of generic stuff and chat rooms and things like that. The internet in its infancy really wasn't very business-like or business savvy, and even if you did have a business back then, you really had to pay a lot of money to get into it. Nowadays, it's a lot easier to get a website up, start a business, and start making money. And, and I've got that kind of down to a science. I could literally buy a domain name right now. Within 24 hours, I could have the website up and running, and I could be making money by tomorrow. I have done that numerous times. I have several websites that I build on purpose and on intention, and I make money from each and every one of those websites. Okay, and there's different concepts, and that's for another video right there. So if you want to learn like how to make money online or how to do that with websites and this, that, and the other, I can do that. So I'll save that for another video. All right, I will definitely save that for another video. So how's everybody doing tonight? I know you guys are networking and talking with each other and everything, and trying to bring people over, and I greatly appreciate that. But please let me know in the chat in the chat room. Kind of put my tongue in my mouth. So that's the word for the night, is boot mouth. I know I know Chest. She comes over all the time and asks me what the word of the day is. So the word of the day is boot mouth. That's when you put your boot in your mouth and you make a mistake or you talk too much. So boot mouth is the word for the day. Definitely put my boot in my mouth on that one. All right. So please let me know how you're doing tonight. I'm very interested in how everybody's doing. Hopefully everybody had a great day today. I know I did. It was Daddy-Daughter Day today. So today was Daddy-Daughter Day. I got to spend all day long with my daughter, and it was absolutely amazing. We went out and did a lot of great things today, and I spent the entire day with my daughter today. And we had a lot of fun. We really did. Went out, got something to eat, got some ice cream. Went out to we went shopping, and then we went out to a couple of different places. It was a really great day. All right. So another great way in which to learn and grow and develop is through other recognized leaders. All right. Nothing is better than gaining valuable information and valuable knowledge from an already established leader within your community or field of expertise. So please don't hesitate to pick his or her brain and see what you come up with. All right. Information from these individuals are valued more due to the fact that these leaders are already recognized for their efforts in their field of expertise, and they've already gained the respect of those that they lead and influence. All right. So that's rule number one, and that's the rule of learn. All right. So moving along to rule number two. Rule number two is what I like to call the rule of embrace. Here's a quote. An organization with no clearly defined leadership will fail. They will absolutely fail. If an organization does not have a clearly defined leader, they will fail. Okay. Oh my goodness. Hey, Muscle Man 8562. Okay, so I'm gonna remove this comment again, and I'm gonna give you one more warning. All right, if you comment again, I will have no choice but to either time you out or remove you from my live stream. Okay, so please don't do that, because when you do that and you say sub for sub and this, that, and the other, you put my live stream and you put my channel at risk of getting taken down when you do that. So once again, I'm asking you very nicely, please do not do that. Okay, so my moderators, if you're in here, help me out just a little bit, please, because that's twice I've had to do that. So once again, Muscleman 8562, you can grow. You will grow here if you network the right way. So one thing that I recommend doing is introducing yourself to everybody. Make sure that you mention everybody. So type in the at symbol and type in somebody's name that you see chatting in there, and introduce yourself. Say hello. And a lot of my blues, my moderators, they will, if they like what they see, they will most likely follow you back. Okay, but please don't ask for subs. All right, please don't do that. So in the room here tonight, we also have Retarded Green Thumb. Welcome. Thank you for coming over and taking time out of your day today. So once again, I'll make sure that I take a look at everybody's channel. And, like I said, I don't mind subscribing, and I'll come over and leave comments on your videos, and I'll make sure that I give your videos a full watch. If you have playlists that are created, I'll make sure that I watch your entire playlist. Okay, help you get your watch time in, and help increase your subscribers and everything. So once again, I don't mind doing that. But the only thing that I ask is that you just show respect to what I'm asking for, okay? I don't think that's too much to ask for. All right, so also, no worries. Yeah, no worries at all, 101 Food Travel. I know you're busy tonight. I know that we're all kind of busy. And Retarded Green Thumb, thank you. Thank you very much that you thought the title was great. I love teaching just as much as I love learning as well, too. So I hope that I hope that you get some value out of what I'm talking about tonight, and I know you will. So I'm talking about 10 rules of leadership that I believe every leader should know. All right, so Velix Vlog, welcome. How's everything going tonight? Yeah, that's great. So here's what I'll do, Retarded Green Thumb. Nope, I can't click on your channel just yet. So I'll have to take a look at your channel after a while, though. But I got it annotated down here. I'll make sure that I take a look at your channel. Muscleman 8562. I'll make sure that I take a look at your channel as well, too. Okay. All right. So moving right along, I'm talking about the rule of embrace. Simply put, okay, every organization needs a leader and clearly defined leadership in order to get and stay on the right path to success. The quicker that leadership is clearly defined, the quicker that everything will start to fall into place. Without a clearly defined chain of leadership, an organization will be in chaos and will absolutely fall apart. Okay, so embrace the idea of being a leader. Take charge and lead your organization to success. All right. Be mindful that a clearly defined leader is not a figurehead. Okay. If you've been in any types of organizations, you've seen them. I've seen them. You've seen those guys that are figureheads. Okay. They are literally just a face, but they have absolutely no idea what's going on within the company. They're a figurehead. Okay. So an organization with no clearly defined leadership will wander around aimlessly with no direction and will eventually fail. A scenario that I like to give is the scenario of what I like to call is a problem organization with no clearly defined leadership. Now, this type of organization will believe that the leader is the fall guy when all is going bad, the one who receives the credit when all is going well, and is the public's view of who the organization is. So this concept of what I call a figurehead in charge is not the way to go for any organization. And it is imperative that an organization has a clearly defined leader. Okay. So that will basically take the organization in the right direction by being the most experienced and the most knowledgeable person to fulfill that position. That will be an asset to the organization instead of just a figurehead or a fall guy or whatever the case may be. Okay, so have you ever seen like some of these big time brands or some of these big names or these big businesses that you really have absolutely no idea like who their leader is or who their leadership is until one of two things happen, either a major success or a major failure. And at those two particular times, that's when, people tend to come out of the woodworks. Have you ever seen that? Yeah, there's, retarded green thumb, thank you very much. Big business is, it's one of those things that it's all about branding and it's all about money. And then for the most part, there's some that's out there that's also about the customer and customer satisfaction or customer service and support and this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of them that's out there that's really more about just the brand and their money, and that's it. And leadership tends to come out. I wouldn't even go as far as saying leadership. I would say figureheads tend to come out of the woodworks whenever something either goes really well or when something goes really wrong. Okay. And, and that conversation can really kind of go one of a couple of different ways depending on the situation. It really can. Okay. And there's definitely a lot of very negative examples that are out there. So when you see some dude that gets on TV and, and they're just putting their foot in their mouth, those types of people, I like to call them boot mouths, and that's the word for the day. So the word for the day is boot mouth, and you get some of those people that tend to, they get on TV and that's what they are. They're boot mouths. They tend to put their boots in their mouth and all they're doing is talking out of their fourth point of contact to the point to where they have no idea what it is that they're saying. So, once again, something to kind of look at, something to consider. All right, so embrace leadership. Once a clearly defined leader has been identified, he or she needs to embrace leadership and never let go. So a leader cannot decide to be a leader one day and not the next, or lead when all is going well and then crumble when all is going bad. Okay, consistency is definitely the key. All right, consistency is the key, and those you lead deserve nothing less than your best every single day. If you do not follow this rule, it will confuse those that you lead and ultimately lead to what is called dissension within the organization. In other words, it'll create chaos. People will stop doing what they're told. They'll start making mistakes. Money will be lost. People will be lost. Business will be lost. Customers and clients will be lost once that happens. Okay. So we got a comment here, retarded green thumb. In the cannabis industry, big biz is ripping people off and cutting out small organic growers. So I'm here for the tips as I am trying to lead a movement against it. Yeah, that's a business that is definitely growing, and it's only going to continue to get bigger. You got cannabis, CBD, this, that, and the other. So it's going to get bigger. And a lot of people that get into it, I think now in its infancy, in its early stages, once they're trying to figure some of those things out, I think that there's a lot of potential for a lot of small businesses to grow. And, and I believe in small local businesses. I also believe in big brand and big business as well, too. There is a time and place for that. But I'm starting to embrace more local business because, local businesses tend to put what is called a human element onto things. They put that human element into it, which is something that big business really don't do. Big business hides behind faces that they put in front of their brand, and that face that they put out there in front of their brand is the one that puts that human element onto it. Okay. So like, for example, Nike, who the hell runs Nike? I don't even know, but you got people like LeBron James out there as the face of it. All these different basketball players and football players and this, that, and the other as the face of Nike, because it's those people that can connect with other people that bring you to that brand. So Nike builds shoes based off of the faces that they put in front of it. And then they go connect with the people and they buy their shoes. At the end of the day, you could connect with the person, build a shoe by tonight, and then tomorrow you could be selling it through somebody else's face and their name. At the end of the day, yeah, exactly. So, once again, that's kind of an example of how that's done. Okay. And then when you got issues and situations going on, of course, they pull the shoes off the counter, and then, you don't ever hear about it again, and it just kind of gets swept under the rug. There was something here recently that happened to with some shoes. I think they were trying to create with a flag on it, I believe it was. And then there was an issue, and then they took that off. Once again, things like that they get blown out of proportion for different reasons or whatever. And yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But you really haven't heard anything about it since. So once again, moving right along, individual responsibility. So here's the thing: the sooner that you embrace the fact that you are a leader, you can take individual responsibility not only for your own actions, but for those that you lead as well. Individual responsibility is the key to total success. All right. If each individual is pulling their weight, then collectively the entire organization will succeed. There is no better person to set this all-important example for others to emulate than a clearly defined leader of an organization who takes individual responsibility to lead him or herself first. Okay, so that leader needs to be the example so that others can follow. All right. And you have to have that clearly defined leadership. And then more importantly, mentorship. So you got your leaders in place. You have to make sure that you got your mentorship, or at least a learning or a training program in place as well too. All right, so staying on track, embrace leadership and all that it encompasses, because leadership has many directions that it can take you depending on the individual and the situation. But the rewards of leadership are immeasurable. Each situation cannot be handled the same way. The leader has to be well versed in all the dynamic aspects of leadership to know what to do, and then more importantly, when. Okay. All right. So we have someone new here tonight. So Ben Rit YT, thank you for joining me here tonight. Thank you. Thank you for letting everybody know that you're new. Make sure you connect the right way. Say hello to everybody. And please network, but please don't use spam comments. Don't say sub for sub and so on and so forth. I have to let everybody know. Already had a couple of instances of that tonight, so I'm trying to keep everything going here. Thank you for joining me here tonight. All right, but the rewards of leadership are definitely immeasurable. Each situation cannot be handled the same way. The leader has to be well versed in all aspects of leadership very dynamically. Okay, you have to know what to do and more importantly when. All right, so stay on track by being consistent with the values and the ethics of the organization, and that's very important. Having strong values and strong ethics is very important to an organization. Okay. Yeah, sure. Please check everybody out. Network. All right. Moving along, the next rule of leadership is the rule of accept. Okay. Accept responsibility not only for your actions, but for those that you lead as well. And sometimes that's a very hard thing to do. It really is. Sometimes that's a very hard thing to do, to not only accept responsibility for your actions, but for other people's actions as well too. And I've had to do that quite a bit. Okay, so once again, if you're not aware of who I am a leadership expert. I have served in a lot of positions of increased authority and responsibility over the course of 24 years. I've literally led thousands of people to personal and professional success. And that's what I want to do. I want to give you some of that advice. So also joining us here tonight is Natural Lauricia. Thank you for joining. And I just want to let you know, Natural, so when I caught your live stream the other night, that was absolutely amazing. I love your live stream. I don't know if you've been on live here. I haven't caught one here in a while, but once again, I just wanted to say that I definitely enjoy your live streams. and wishing you all the best and continued success as well too. All right. So if you haven't connected with Natural Lauricia, please do so. Okay. All right. So as once again, like I said, you also have to thank you. Thank you very much, by the way. All right. You have to accept responsibility. The concept of accept is all encompassing. All right. It can take you on as basically it can take you in a lot of different directions, and it can be an emotional roller coaster ride. It really can. Okay. It can absolutely be an emotional roller coaster ride. But by utilizing diverse thinking and modern leadership concepts, a leader can easily navigate the many duties under their responsibility once they have accepted leadership. You know, it's really interesting, and one of the things that I really despise this concept, but it's a term that I really just don't like. You know, and I've seen this term on many occasions, and that's the word acting. Who here has actually seen the word acting behind any type of leadership role, whether it be like I'm an acting boss or supervisor, or I'm an acting, you know, whatever the case may be? I've always disliked the word acting because either you're a leader or you're not a leader. There's no acting, there's no middle area, there's no gray zone here, no gray area. You're either doing, okay, or you're watching and observing and learning. Okay, I've always disagreed with that whole word of acting, and I've seen that used quite often. It's usually whenever there's a transition of leadership, and then somebody just gets put into that position, and they're doing the job until somebody else gets, I guess, hired for the job. And I'm like, well, gosh, you know, if you're going to put this person in that position, if they're doing a good job, why would you hire anybody else? Keep that person in that job if they're doing a great job at being a leader. You know, quit using the word acting and just say, this is the boss, this is the supervisor, this is the CEO. I'm not the acting, I'm not the acting CEO, or I'm not the acting, whatever the case may be. You're the CEO. You know, I've had somebody try to do that to me because I got put into a position one time that I was trying for, and they was trying to say the word acting. I was like, no, I'm not acting. I am it. So don't say acting to me. I'm it. I'm that guy. Okay. So once again, the word acting, it's kind of a word that I don't really like. You have to be able to accept responsibility as being a leader. But how many leaders have you seen that have just been so-called put in a position and they didn't want to be there? Okay. And they just didn't want to accept it. So, okay, yeah, they were going through the motions, but they didn't want to be there. Have you ever seen those types of people? You know, those are really some of the worst people to really kind of be around right there. Is that, those people that are put in positions don't want to be there, have to fulfill their duties and responsibilities, but really kind of resist. You know, they really kind of resist fulfilling that obligation. Okay. So, those are the worst people to be around. So once again, if you're new to my channel, let me take kind of a break here for a second. So if you're new to my channel and you have not subscribed, please subscribe, make a comment on my videos. That way I can come back, I can comment on your comment, check out your videos, check out your channel and everything. And then I can go back and follow you as well too. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, once again, please subscribe. That's all that I ask for. Subscribe, engage with me, like my videos, share, and I will give back. You give to me, I give back to you. Okay. All right. So in the comments here, we have from Retarded Green Thumb. It really does come down to the leader who has the guts to grab the bull by the horns, good or bad, and ride it out. A true leader learns from mistakes and strives to not do it again. That's a great point. That is an absolutely great point. Okay. So the thing is that, and it's hard. It really is. It's very tough to be put in a position that you originally was not in, and then you have to fulfill that obligation. And what makes it even more tough is that when you not only have to do that, but you also have to do your job as well too. So, and I've had to do that. I've literally had to do the job of 4 or 5 people because, well, guess what? Those 4 or 5 people were not in the office, and I had to split myself up into 4 or 5 people and do the jobs of those people. And guess what? That just happens to be the day that everything was due. I'm like, oh gosh, I got to turn this in today, this in today. I got to, and it gets tough. It really does. But the idea is that if you're well tuned into your organization and the people that's a part of it, you not only should be able to do your job, but anybody else's job should you have to fill in for that. Okay. And the thing is that a lot of people, they put themselves in bubbles and they're not really in tune with anything that's going on outside of that bubble. And then they're unable to do the job of other people if or when asked to do it. Okay, so let me ask you this right here. How many times have you been asked to do something that normally somebody else will do, but guess what? You was now asked to do that kind of a thing. It's happened to me a bunch of times. Okay, but I'm thoroughly well tuned into my organization to where if somebody asks me what to do, I can literally fill in at a moment's notice if I need to. And I've had to do that several times. I've had to step up and I've had to talk and brief in front of a lot of people at a moment's notice because, well, somebody wasn't there. And I was like, oh my goodness, now I have to know this person's content. And, it is what it is. Okay. It really is. It is what it is sometimes. But if you're in tune with an organization, you will definitely be able to fill in and you will be okay. All right. Like Retarded Green Thumb said right there, you really have to grab the bull by the horns, and it's that deliberate, intentional action that you take. All right, that will make other people want to follow you, because I tell you, those people that are deliberate, those people that are intentional, those people that, like what you said, grab the bull by the horns, those are the people that other people want to follow. And the idea is that you don't want to be the type of leader that people follow you because of your position or your title, because at the end of the day, great, you may have a position, you may have a title, okay, but what you really need to understand is that other people choose to follow you. You don't choose who follows you. They choose to follow you. And if you have good values and good ethics and you're doing the right thing, they will follow you. Okay. So in the room tonight, we also have Big Simple 422. Thank you for joining me here tonight. Really, thank you. I've seen you in a couple other live streams, and yeah, I definitely have. I think I'm very positive I have subscribed to your channel. If not, I'll definitely come back and I'll have a look at that, and I'll have a look at your channel, come back and I'll comment on your videos and everything. I'm pretty sure that I have, though. But like I said, if not, I will make sure that I come on over and have a look at your channel. Retarded Green Thumb, same thing. I'll have a look at your channel. Yeah, lead by example. Exactly. Lead by example so that others want to follow you. Okay. So that others will want to follow you. Indie Emily, how's everything going tonight? So joining us also here tonight is Indie Emily. Thank you for joining me here tonight. Thank you for taking time out of your day. I really enjoyed your live stream the other day. It was a really good live stream. So if you have not connected with Indie Emily, please connect with Indie Emily. Please connect with Eng Probenziana. Connect with Big Simple 422. Connect with Retarded Green Thumb. And I'm not sure who else is in the chat here with me. So if you are, please drop a comment so that way I know that you're here, and I'll make sure that I give you a shout out within my video here. All right. So make sure you connect with Big Simple 422 as well. All right. Yeah, no problem. Thank you. Okay. So there was a really good comment that was made just a minute ago about leading yourself first, or leading by example. So leading by example, what that really boils down to is leading yourself first. You have to lead yourself first. Set the example by being the example for others to emulate. Leading yourself first takes individual responsibility and discipline. It is vital that you accept these two aspects, and you must not waver in these two important areas, or, you know what? You will fail. The moment that your subordinates see that you are cutting corners, or you're using your position or your title as a buffer zone to relax, you will literally have lost those that you lead. They will lose respect for you, and they will not follow anything that you have to say, and they will wait for the things that you do before they do the things that you say. I think I said that right. That was kind of a tongue twister there. All right. What I was really trying to say is that people will often do what they see you do more than they will do what you say. Okay. At the end of the day, yes, I get it. You're in a position of increased authority and responsibility. You're a leader because of your job, your position, or your title. But you can speak hot air all that you want all day long. People are not going to, they'll do what they have to do to get by so that they don't get in trouble. And that's what I've discovered in my 24 years of leadership is that if you ever find yourself in that position to where you're telling people what to do and you're struggling, they will literally only do what they have to do so that they don't get in trouble. That is it. That's the bottom line. I have seen that. Okay. Not that I'm a bad leader, just some people I've had to burn bridges with, but they still had to work for me, but I got rid of them as soon as I possibly could. Okay. Sometimes you have to do that as well too. But leading yourself first, you have to lead yourself first. All right. So once you've gained the trust of those that you lead, that you are a confident and a competent leader, you will have their total devotion and they will accept you as long as you continue to lead yourself first and set the example for them to want to follow in your footsteps. Like I said, you got to make people want to follow you. Okay. All right. So the next concept here is total acceptance. As a leader, you can't just pick and choose when to be a leader. You must accept everything within your charge, whether it's good or bad, by accepting and taking responsibility for everything as if it were your own. Okay, remember, if you've watched any of my other videos, you will know that I have this quote that says, how you do anything is how you do everything. How you do anything is how you do everything. And you got to make it your own. You have to. Total acceptance means that you accept everything about being a leader, from leading yourself to training your subordinates, and from taking care of employee issues to taking care of their families. Okay? When things are going good, it's easy to be the one out front accepting all the accolades. But you know what? You have to also be the one out front accepting the responsibility when things are going bad. All right? When things are going good, it's easy. It's easy to be out front. Yes, we did that. My team did a great job, and I want to give all the credit to my team. And then I want to accept the credit. Have you ever seen that? Yeah, it's kind of an asshole kind of a thing. It really is. Okay. And then have you ever seen this? Yes, he or she did that, and it was their fault. I'm going to point the finger at them. You know what I'm saying? And I find that highly discouraging whenever I see that, whenever that happens. Like I said, it's about embracing and accepting responsibility. If somebody messed up, you know what? You messed up. You are responsible for everything that goes on within your team, your organization, company, whatever label you want to put on it. Okay. Now, one of the other things that I've seen is, well, I didn't know that was going on. Well, gosh, let me ask you, when was the last time you got off your ass and went out and seen your people? Of course you don't know what's going on because you're not out and about. You're not rubbing elbows. You're not asking questions. You're not, getting your hands in there and doing the things that your people are doing. So you really can't answer for that. That's when people start pointing fingers. Okay. So you have to be out with your people. And I think I got something on that later on that I'm going to talk about getting out and about with your people. Okay. In Lean Six Sigma, it's called Go the Gemba or Walk the Gemba or something like that. I think it is. So I'm also Lean Six. Or I'm about ready to. So I'm Lean Six Sigma. I took that course. Right now I'm about ready to start the Green Belt. So I start the Lean Six Sigma Green Belt course here in about a week. And I'm working my way through to get my Lean Six Sigma Black Belt. So Green Belt is next. I've already got Lean Six Sigma. My Green Belt is next. So walking the Gemba, that's basically getting out and about with your people and seeing, where the problems are or where the solutions are or how things are happening, so to speak. So that's something new that you can learn there. All right, so total acceptance. It can absolutely be challenging, and as a leader, you must get involved through total leader immersion. What exactly is total leader immersion, though? Okay, total leader immersion is when you get out and you get involved. You're being the total leader, okay? You're teaching, you're coaching, you're training, you're mentoring, you're doing. You're getting involved not only with your people, but their families as well, too. Total leader, being a total leader, that can absolutely be challenging. And I know that there's some work environments that they really don't look very positive on some of that thing. And I've been a part of organizations that also say, oh, we're all about family, until something happens, and then they're not all about family. It's just kind of one of those things. So, there's some people and leaders and organizations that just talk a lot of hot air, and then once the crap hits the fan, that's when, the real light shines through. All right. So total leader immersion. Get out and get involved. A leader must accept the fact that they have to be actively involved in all aspects of the organization in order to make better decisions and deter negative situations from happening. Direct communication is the key in total leader immersion. By accepting the fact that you have to get out of your office and talk to those that you lead, you will be aware of what is going on. And you know what? You also may be surprised at what you will find as well, too. So nothing should be a surprise. If you are a leader within an organization, nothing should be a surprise. You should be able to anticipate when things are going good. You should also be able to anticipate when things are going bad. And when something's about to go bad, all right, now, once again, there may be surprises. Okay, I'm not, saying that I've never been surprised. I've been surprised by things, but most things I can anticipate, and I know when they're going to happen. I know when something's about to go down, and I can tell. All right, and that really kind of comes with trust within your organization, to where you've built that bridge to where people will tell you something's going to go down before it goes down. And then you can collectively come up with a plan of action in order to either not only maybe eliminate that thing that's going to go bad, but you can kind of mitigate the risk or mitigate the issue or mitigate it from being a bigger issue. Does that kind of make sense? Mitigate. So it's like risk mitigate. I think how does that go? Risk mitigation or mitigation of risk, something like that. I can't remember exactly what it's actually called, but risk mitigation, I think it's called. Okay. I like to call that also like fault mitigation. All right. So the next rule, moving right along, is the rule of disseminate. All right. So if you're just joining me here, let me take a short pause before I move into the next one here. If you're joining me here and you're new to my channel, please let me know that, risk assessment's another way of looking at it. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Yes, risk assessments, like when you conduct kind of a risk assessment, so to speak, in theory, you know what I'm saying? So that's whenever you're trying to eliminate or mitigate risk, that there is a risk assessment that's out there, and there's different versions and variations of a risk assessment. So Retarded Green Thumb, thank you for that one. Thank you. Yes. So risk assessment, there is a risk assessment that's out there. All right. So once again, if you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I'll make sure that I come back and have a look at yours and subscribe as well too. I'll leave comments and watch your videos, play your playlists, and so on and so forth to help you out. Okay. And once again, I just want to thank everybody for being here tonight, helping me out. I'm greatly appreciative of it. I thank you for the interaction and everything, especially from a Retarded Green Thumb. Thank you for the interaction. Thank you for the engagement as well too. All right. So, make sure you share this out. Let everybody know that you're watching. And if you haven't hit that thumbs up, hit the thumbs up as well too. All right. So moving right along, the next rule that I want to talk to you about is the rule of disseminate. Okay. The rule of disseminate. Information dissemination is the life's blood of any organization. Okay. Without information dissemination, daily tasks to be accomplished, important organizational or administration changes, upcoming events, and other valuable points of interest would never be known, leading to mass confusion within an organization and ultimately the downfall of that organization. Okay, so you have to be able to disseminate information. Okay, so here it comes right here. This is the meat and the potatoes. If you have never watched me speak or any of my videos, what I am about ready to talk to you is what I'm known for. Okay, this is what I am known for right here. Okay, and it's a concept that I like to call the 5 rights. All right, so if you've watched my main video that's on there called How to Succeed, you will see that I talked about the 5 rights in that video. So I'm about ready to get into some really exciting stuff here. All right, so before I get into that, Retarded Green Thumb, I have comedy vids to make people laugh, and I have vids with serious importance to the cannabis industry. So I'm definitely interested in your comedy videos, and I want to check those out, and I'm definitely interested in that. Um, so whenever I do go over and have a look at your channel, I'll make sure that I have a look around and see what's there, and hopefully there's something good that I can be entertained with. All right. So, let's dive right in. At the very basic stages of leadership is the adherence of what I like to call the 5 rights. And this is what I am known for. This is my meat and potatoes right here, the 5 rights, which are basically the 5 rights are the right place, the right time, right uniform dress or attire, right information, and more importantly, the right attitude. If you adhere to the 5 rights, then you will never be wrong. However, these 5 rights are violated all the time, and the most violated right has always been right information. Bet you didn't see that coming, did you? You know, like I said, the most important right is right attitude. But the most one that is violated is not always right attitude, because there's some good attitudes out there. There's some really bad attitudes that are out there. But the one thing that really, literally is the downfall of every individual, team, organization, company, whatever label you want to put on it, is right information. Have you ever heard that communication is key? Communication is essential? I have. Communication is essential in so many different things, not only, within individuals or teams, marriages, families, father, daughter, father, son, mother, daughter, mother, son, whatever the case may be. Communication is essential. And so many people screw this up when it comes down to information dissemination. Okay. Information dissemination. All right. So it seems that communication flow is always a problem within organizations, and a lack of it can lead to individual employee and ultimately organizational failure. It is important to disseminate information to the lowest possible level within an organization. However, getting this information out to employees at the right time can be a challenge. There's so many aspects that can affect information not getting to the right person at the right time. And here's some of them. Okay. I don't have a lot of them, and I'm sure there's probably more than what I'm about ready to mention. Okay. But here's just some that I've discovered in my 24 years of being a leader within many organizations. Okay. Number 1, conflict of interest. Okay. When you have a conflict of interest, all right, it can destroy a team. It really can. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and say which ones they are, and then I'm going to go into just a little bit of detail on each. All right. So number 1 is conflict of interest. Number 2 is reliance upon technology. That's a good one. I actually got into an argument, an outright freaking argument with one of my supervisors over technology. And I'll share that story with you here in a minute. Okay. Inadequate use of delegation is number 3. Number 4 is following up. And number 5 is scheduling conflicts. Okay, so before I go into these, comment. So that's Retarded Green Thumb says that's why the internet changed the world, widespread info. Absolutely agreed. What used to be closely guarded amongst some of, years ago is free information now. Literally, you could put up a web page tonight and people could literally be consuming your content by tomorrow. And if you have the right website with the right content, with the right business model, you can even monetize it and make money as well too. So really put info, educate, provide value, monetize it through a couple of different things. And I have a few techniques that I can talk about. I'm not going to talk about it tonight. I'm going to save them for another video, but I do have ways in which you can build a website, provide value with content, monetize it in about 3 different ways. I know how to monetize, at least 3 different ways. Now there's more, but I know of at least 3 really good ways to monetize a website. Okay, and make a business out of it. So retarded green thumb, like you said, like I said, man, like you're literally at the beginning stages of what I think is going to grow and grow. It's going to continue to grow and grow and get bigger and bigger. And the more information that gets out there, and the more content that gets out there, and the more opportunity, it's going to create opportunity. And if you make yourself at the forefront of that by providing value, providing content, providing information, and then mirroring that or marrying that with products and services, okay, you're going to win. You're going to get your part of that market that's going to grow. Okay, another comment: the people on the lower level are really the ones that make business prosper. Yeah, because they're the ones with the most desire. They're the ones with the most passion to succeed. It's kind of like a champion. Okay, a champion boxer that's going up against someone who's up and coming, who's hungry, who wants that championship. Okay, and one of two things will happen. That champion will get beat because that other person is hungrier, they want it more, and they're willing to work hard and grind and hustle for it. And eventually, they'll beat that champion. Okay, because that champion gets into, they get too complacent, Yeah, absolutely. Just like chess, every pawn can turn into a queen. It's potential. I like to call that potential for leadership, potential for growth, potential. All right, it's all about building potential. So those pawns have potential of being something greater than they are, and with the right moves, they can become greater than what they are. Okay, but you have to be strategic in your thinking, and more importantly, you have to be intentional, deliberate, and direct within your action. Make sense? All right, so moving right along, conflict of interest. When gathering information and preparing it for dissemination, it is important that the leader keep an open mind and not allow his or her own personal thoughts or opinions or beliefs to get into the way of information being annotated and disseminated. The reasoning behind is that, you never really know what could pertain to who. Unless you know every detail of your employees, all a leader really needs to do is annotate the information that is being given and disseminate it to the lowest possible level, leaving it up to them to filter what pertains and what does not pertain. So as a leader, you take all the notes, you give it out to everybody and let them filter. You don't filter, because if you filter, you literally could be cheating somebody out of an opportunity. Okay, so conflict of interest is huge. You literally do not want to have a conflict of interest where you're choosing what goes out to your people. Okay, and that's where miscommunication and misunderstanding can tremendously happen. What if I am interested in something? If I'm interested in something, you need to just put it out. Let me decide if I want to, continue action or follow up on that. You'd really be cheating me out of something if you withheld that. And a lot of leaders do that. A lot of leaders withhold information. Oh, my people aren't interested in that. I'm not going to put that out to nobody. You don't know that. Even though your employee might not be interested in it, maybe their friend or maybe their family or maybe somebody that they know. Once again, let them filter that. Okay? So it is vital that you do not put your own likes or your own dislikes, your own thoughts or opinions, feelings or prejudices, and so on into account when gathering information to be disseminated. Ensure that you are fair and impartial so that all information is gathered and gets down to the lowest possible level, regardless of how important or how unimportant you think the information is or is not. Okay, you just put out the information and let them filter it. That's the bottom line up front on that. All right, so the next one. Rakeem, brother, how's it going, man? Thanks for joining me here tonight. All right, so if you have not connected with Rakeem Addison, he is someone that you definitely want to connect with. All right, he is into business, has his own multiple online businesses, motivational speaker, an entrepreneur and businessman as well too. So if you have not connected with Rakeem Addison, please head on over to his channel. Make sure you subscribe to him and follow his channel. Lots of great information, highly motivated. If you want to learn how to do different things, I'm telling you, Rakeem Addison is your man. He will definitely teach you. He will coach you, train you, mentor you, and build you up to where you can own and operate your own business. All right. And he will definitely take care of you. All right. So if you have not connected and checked out checked out Rakeem Addison's channel, please make sure that you head on over there, subscribe to his channel, and get connected with Rakeem. All right. How's everything going, man? I'm doing good tonight, by the way. So how's everything going your way, man? You doing well? All right. So moving right along, reliance upon technology. And I've got a great story to share here with this one. Okay. So let me ask you something. How many times have you heard, did you get that email that I sent out? Or, you know what? I sent you a text. What do you mean you didn't get it? Technology was designed to make life a little easier. And you know what? It really has in a lot of aspects, but it's really kind of created reliance issues across the board that are affecting individuals, teams, and ultimately organizations very negatively. Okay. What I mean by this is that some leaders rely too much on technology that they've forgotten how to get out with their people. They've gotten away from old-fashioned personal communication via face-to-face or even telephone for that matter, that it's causing a communication meltdown between leaders and employees. To alleviate this issue, it is imperative that you, as a leader, get out of your office and where your employees are to ensure that information is getting out to where it needs to be. Okay, so I'm going to pause for a second because I got a story that I want to share with you here, but I want to say hi to a couple of people here. So Neo Souls, thank you for joining me here tonight. I just want to say that that your channel is absolutely amazing. So if you have not connected with Neo Souls, make sure that you get on over there and connect with Neo Souls. Make sure you follow, give a thumbs up, leave a good valid comment on one of Neo Souls videos, and connect the right way. All right, so I want to share a quick story with you here. And it to me, it was very funny. All right, so years ago, I had a boss that really just needed to go sit in a corner somewhere. Okay, bottom line up front, this person needed to really just go sit in a corner somewhere and just stay away from me. But this person always wanted to get into my business and try to embarrass me in front of my people. And it was very discouraging because this person was what I like to call a boot mouth. All right. So once again, another example of my word of the day. So my word of the day is boot mouth. All right. Boot mouth is one of those people that tends to constantly have their boot in their mouth. And they just talk a lot of crap, and they really just embarrass themselves and others when they constantly are chewing on their freaking boot, causing themselves to be what I like to call a boot mouth. And this person was definitely a boot mouth. I know you like that one, man. So Rakeem Addison says that I am doing pretty amazing, continuing to serve and help others. I'm currently uploading a video as I'm watching your live here. Hey, that's awesome, man. I can't wait to watch your next video. All right, so once again, if you have not connected with Rakeem Addison, make sure you get on over there, subscribe to his channel, hit that bell icon so you get notified when his videos go live, or when he does go live. He does actually go live as well, too. All right, so make sure you get on over there, leave a good solid comment, and please let him know that I sent you so that way he knows that you come over from my live stream. So connect with Rakeem Addison and get over there and get yourself some knowledge and experience. So Rakeem Addison is one of my mentors as well, too. So if you really want to learn from somebody, I definitely recommend connecting with Rakeem Addison, because he has taught me a lot about business and a lot about, websites and marketing and advertising and everything. So if you have not connected with Rakeem Addison, once again, get on over there and get yourself some knowledge and some experience from Rakeem Addison. So yeah, boot mouth. So this person was an absolute flicking boot mouth. And so we had, I had a situation one day in which I was out and about with my people, because I really, I'm in my office, but I also like to be out and about and this, that, and the other as well, too, more than I like to be in my office. So I'm out and about and I'm with my people and I'm doing things all day. And this freaking jackwagon decided to ask me, hey, did you get this email that I sent earlier today? And I was like, no, I'm out and about with my people and I don't walk around with the freaking internet on my back. I don't have my own personal MiFi. So no, I didn't get the email. Well, you should get my emails and you should check your stuff more often than you do. And, just started kind of laying into me in this, that, and the other. And I was like, you know what, man? I was like, you need to get out of your office a little bit more often because I'm out here busting my damn chops trying to freaking get, people here, people there, doing this, doing that, and this, that, and the other. And it's easy for you to say, well, did you get my email? Look, if you're sitting there on your ass staring at freaking email all damn day long, I would venture to say that you are not a leader. You're not a leader. If you're just sitting there waiting for that next email to come in, like you're glued to your screen, like hyperventilating, waiting on that next freaking email to come in, you're not a leader. Bottom line up front. You need to get out and about and with your people so that you can, one, empathize with them because you know what they're going through. And then you can sympathize with them because then you understand what they're going through and you're out there going through what it is that they are going through. And I've had some leaders that have done that. They can't empathize and they can't sympathize with what is going on because they have no idea what's going on. They send out emails and then they expect that correspondence via email. No, damn it, come out and talk to me. Talk to me to my face. You know what I'm saying? Get out and about with me and my people and let's learn and discover and grow and, and this, that, and the other. So don't ask me about an email. Anyway, just a quick story. I kind of veered off on a tangent with that one, but I had a boot mouth that freaking was just so reliant upon technology, didn't even understand what was going on out within the organization. It was an absolute tragedy. But I had to go behind closed doors and talk to this individual. It was not working out. So anyway, all right, so I have to actually go. But I want to definitely thank everybody here for stopping by and watching me tonight. I know I kind of cut this just a little bit short, and I actually do have a lot of other stuff that I can talk about, but I need to cut this a little bit short here tonight. And once again, if you have not been over to my website, please go over there, check it out. It's terrythompson.me. There I have all of my books. You can connect with my books, and make sure that you subscribe over there as well too. I'll send out a couple of free books to you. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to this channel. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think. Once again, head on over to Rakeem Madison's channel. Check him out. And once again, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. So thanks for stopping by, everybody. And I will talk to you later. Sorry about that. Something came up here. And yeah, thank you. And I do have to go. Sorry for cutting it kind of short, but I do have to leave. Something came up here. All right. So thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. Rakeem, hey man, I'm gonna reach out to you here shortly. Is it okay? Can I reach out to you after this? Will you be available? Yeah, I'll shoot you a message. Yeah, just let me know. Okay. Yeah, just a couple minutes. I won't be long. I'll just keep you a couple minutes. But anyway, thanks for watching tonight. And once again, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, check a couple other people out, and I'll see you in the next video. All right. Y'all take care. Have a good night.